got emotional. Roquan Smith got emotional. That was an unexpected little cry session as Robert Quinn gets traded to Philadelphia. A little bit surprising in the timing, Dan, not necessarily the news. Just the timing was a little bit surprising.
Well, first of all, let's talk about Blue Blazer Day here on the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
also the best backdrop we'll ever have here. Super Bowl 20 trophy behind us, but obviously a newsworthy day here at Halas Hall, Dionne, with Robert Quinn being traded to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 4th-round pick. It wasn't necessarily a surprising move, but jarring nonetheless, because we know what Robert means to this locker room, what he means to the players within there. He was voted a team captain this year. He was the media's Jeff Dickerson Good Guy Award winner last year. He's a very humble, polite, honest, introspective guy who obviously we saw at his peak in 2021 when he set the Bears' single-season franchise record for sacks with 18.5. Well, now he gets a change of scenery. The Bears get the draft capital in return that they were seeking to continue building this team the way that Ryan Poles wants to. Still a jarring day.
What we heard from Poles earlier this week in New England when he discussed, exactly how they're going to approach the trade deadline. He said, we're always going to be aggressive in making moves that we feel like are going to make the team better in the long term. And that obviously means that Robert Quinn, we knew he wasn't going to be around that long anyway. These are trade rumors that have been talked about since the offseason, since he didn't show up for mandatory mini camps. Even when he came to training camp, we talked about trade rumors. So you kind of felt like something like this was going to happen. Only 1 sack so far this year, but now he goes to the best team in the league. He gets an opportunity. I think that he deserves that. And now the Bears move forward without him, but kind of trying to keep their emotions in check on a really short week.
Yeah, well, and coming off such an emotional win, right? Monday night in New England, where you felt that surge of confidence and the energy that came back into this building and certainly into the locker room Monday night and into this week. And now the air comes out of the room a little bit for a day or two. And you got to reset and regroup going back on the road to play another quality opponent. And so let's see what the Bears can do with this now. This obviously heaps a lot of added responsibility going forward on Travis Gibson, on Al-Qadim Muhammad, on Dominic Robinson. And listen, Quinn was very instrumental during his time here with Travis Gibson. 3 years together in putting his fingerprints on his development and giving him some of the tricks of the trade. And so you hope some of his impact lasts long after he leaves. To your point, he's got to go to Philly now and get himself reset pretty quickly for a team that's dreaming the biggest of dreams right now. And you wish the best for him, because certainly a guy who's had the career he's had deserves to experience some of that postseason glory that's eluded him to this point.
And I'm guessing the emotions that we saw from Roquan are similar to the ones that Travis Gibson has, because it was a guy who kind of mentored him right away and really took him under his wing last year, especially after Khalil Mack was gone, and how they were going to go through all of this together. Just the way that they were approaching it, that it's going to be an emotional week for them to kind of move forward defensively without him, and now get set to go on the road in a real challenge in Dallas.
Yeah, I'm not being rude here. I'm checking my phone consistently because we're expecting to hear from Ryan Poles later this evening just to get a little bit of a recap on how this deal came together. And obviously the return the Bears got is something they can use, right? A day 3, round 4 pick that they now have to use to find a long-term difference maker when the draft rolls around next April. But to your point, more immediately, they've got to go build on a 33-point offensive performance against a Dallas defense that leads the league in sacks, that has 12 takeaways, that is going to challenge Justin Fields with Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs and Dorrance Armstrong and DeMarcus Lawrence. And so there's a lot of work ahead for this team in the next few days. They've got to get reset and try to turn the effort that they had on Monday night into something that's consistent.
Oh, and by the way, shuffling that offensive line again, Larry Borman concussion protocol, that came out of nowhere a little bit. We didn't really know about that. And Lucas Patrick likely headed to IR. So you're shuffling the O-line against a team that has the most sacks in the league.
Yeah, right. Not ideal,
no,
right?
Not ideal.
But certainly you found some things with Justin Fields on Monday night that you unlocked some of his running ability with design runs. They were very impressive with the way they utilized him. Justin was impressive in not having a perfect game against the Patriots, but making a lot of plays. Again, we talk about the effort on 3rd down. Monday night, 11 for 18, and with 10 of those conversions being either Fields runs or Fields completions, that's a nice night for the quarterback that can be built on. Now, consistency, I keep harping on that word. That's what this team needs to find, and that's fine. This is a test, and so let's see where they go with it. The offensive line reshuffle, obviously not ideal. One shred of good news, I don't know if it'll be for this week or the week after, or even the week after that, but they've activated the 21-day practice window for Byron Pringle, coming back off injured reserve with the calf injury. They got N'Keal Harry back on Monday night, so the receiving corps is starting to get a little bit more whole, and hopefully that allows Justin to have a few more options in the passing game.
I love how N'Keal told us last week he feels like he got to rehab and heal the right way. I'm assuming that they will be that calculated and that methodical with the return of Byron Pringle, but getting healthy receivers back mid-season, that's going to be good news for them.
No doubt. And then you want to continue to build on what you've got in Darnell Mooney, what you've got in Cole Kmet, who had a really nice night
game
on Monday against the Patriots. And so look, this is probably the less than ideal turnaround for the Bears on a short week against the quality opponent on the road, where they're not able to fully soak in what they accomplished on Monday night. That's just the NFL. It's cruel, it's abrupt, it's quick, and Robert Quinn and the Bears have found that out this week.
Well, just like us, we are quick, abrupt, and through it. That's it. That's our update from today.
Nice and quick.
We're back.
And look, the trophy's here, and it's looking for
And it's Blue Blazer
it's
Day.
it's looking for company.